Hello, my lovely. Welcome to Mickey and my craft. Welcome to the second part of the second level for the Beads Creative bead cross stitching. Today, if you recall the last time, we're going to continue and finish the Lighthouse of Hope, okay? We were gonna do this part, and I was gonna do up to here. Okay, let me get you more down, more zoom in. I was gonna do up to here, but I noticed that over here you had that jump right here. We had that to do that. Because the last time we were doing from here to here, okay? And we were doing over here also. There was kind of a jump. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you. I went all the way up to here. I gotta put this bead over here, and then we're gonna do the vice versa. Instead of going from, we're gonna turn around, right to left, but this time the extra bead is coming out on the second row, on the row coming back. It's not like over here. We have a bead left that was coming back over here. From here to here, there's a bead left. We have to skip two beads. Over here, over here is a bead left. We have to skip a bead, but it's on the row that you're working on. We're gonna have an extra bead on the top row this time. So I'm gonna show you, right? Let me get the, okay, here it is. I already have all the beads ready. For this one, I just have to take out a little bit of each one. I was using the platform, they always fall down, so, and over here is number 5. Okay. So I'm gonna try to accommodate this so you guys can see it better. So I'll be right back, okay? So I'm right here, okay? I hope you guys can see this, right? I'm right here on my last bead of the row that I'm doing, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the bead, right? And remember, we used to come to the top of the next row over here, right? When the rows were even, but this time it's not even, okay? But still, you have to do the return. Again, I'm gonna post the video of the basic class, because at this stage you're supposed to do the rows and the turnaround. So let's see, we're gonna go into the top right, and we're just gonna come out. We're gonna have to turn the cloth. We're gonna go again, we're gonna go in the top right, and you just position yourself, oops, so the needle comes out right on that dot of the top left. Like this. Because you're turning around. And if you know the turns around, you know that coming back is on the top right, right? From right to left is the needle comes in the top right, the thread, and goes in on the bottom left. But over here, you don't have another bead. Usually you go in between beads, right, on the dot. So we're going to go again. Grab another bead. And we're going to come right down here on the bottom left. This is why it's so important to know the turns around, because you will know where the needle goes. It's not going to go in between these two like on the regular. That's why this one is perfect for practicing your turnaround, because you have a good base before you come up here and start doing the uneven turns. Okay, so if you have practiced enough by doing either the lily flower or any other flower, you will know. Hold on just a second, please. You will know that when you have, if the needle was coming out of here and go to the bottom left, it would come up through here after you pick up the bead. You will come through here. But since you're on the outside range, the needles still come up on the top right, and then you have to go to the bottom left. So we already, I think, yeah, we already pick up the bead. And I'm going to come out on the top right of the next one. Right. I'm going to pull. And that's it. That's all you need. Here is your bead. Okay. Over here, when we come back, right, it's gonna be a little bit different. So I'm gonna do this road, right? I probably do a high speed between rows, and then we're gonna do these together up to here, and then we're gonna repeat again, right? And so you guys can learn this process, because there is a more advanced beaded cross stitch for you to do. So I'm gonna keep on doing this. I'm gonna encourage you to try this craft, because I find this to be, if not the finest craft that you can find, because this is, first of all, they're not cheap. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera a little bit toward me because I need to get closer to this to be able to see. Okay, now we're gonna position the cloth like I told you on the lily with the print toward the left, because we're coming from right to left. Okay, so we can see what we're doing. you're supposed to come out to the bottom left. Yeah, right, the thread coming out through the bottom left and going through the top right. So over here, right, we're gonna do the stitch regularly, and then we're gonna come out through the bottom left. Because you see, this is what is so important to learn the turns. So important. Because that will help you in case like this. And you will see when we go to the third part, when we do the owl. Okay, that bottom part of the owl. You have to make a judgment call. Well, actually, no, because there is a single bead at the bottom, and you're going to start it like it was a whole road, and you're going to start like the way it's supposed to be, from left to right. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We will get there. But that's to show you the importance of learning what goes when the thread and when the needle comes out with the thread on which part. Like from left to right, it's going to come out from the bottom left of the next road, or the road that you're starting. And here it is. And we are ready to do the next row. So we put the bead in here. Now we gotta turn it around the other way, because it's easier. I'm telling you, it's way easier when you turn the clothes the other way. And it doesn't matter if you wrinkle it. You have to wash this. You should wash this. They give you the option, but you should. Because your oil, you know, this, it's gonna be dirty. So we pick up the bead and we keep on doing. So now I'm gonna do it back and forward. Now when we come back, all this is gonna be even. So I'm gonna be doing this, and I don't know whether to do on camera. Let's see how fast I can go, because I have to use the viewfinders for you guys to be able to see. So let's see. Because if I can get this closer to me, I'll be able to go a little faster and you guys be able to see. Whoops. Already had another. I'm gonna have to take the thread out. this is a problem when you are not paying attention and grab 2 beads instead of 1. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna thread this. Okay guys, over here you see we're coming down like, you know, in the normal a straight line. So you just apply your knowledge about turning around, which is coming from right to left. The last bead goes through here, but doesn't come out of here like in these other cases, because you got to put the next bead. You put it through here and it's gonna come out on the top, and you continue like that. So once I do this bead, I'm gonna do the rest of the lines off camera, and when I get over here we are going to again review how to turn around in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest on camera because honestly I need to have this close to me. It's very hard for me to do it through the viewfinder, if you can see. So I'll be right back. Okay, hi again, welcome back. I already did all these lines, right? And it turns out that in the back and forward we gotta do the jump over here. So I'm on my last bead, already pick up the bead, right? And over here to turning from left to right, I'll show you from right. I already did show you from right to left, but now we're gonna do all these lines together. Okay, that's what I put the camera more toward me. So in here, remember, from left to right, you have to come out from the bottom left and go in the top right, but you gotta put this last bead over here like usual, like when you're coming from right to left, coming up on the top and go in. So we are going to, you're practically getting a review of the first class over here. So what we're going to do is we put the needle here. Since the jump is not that big, we can do it straight like this, okay? Because you're not going to have that much of you see, there is not that much of the thread in there that you have to jump. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn my cloth around because it would be better this way, like I show you on the first video, right? We're gonna put the first bead and we're gonna do it as usual. That's the way it's supposed to be, coming from left to right. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe I had the light on top of me and it's creating the shadow. Yep, that's what it is. So now we can do this. Okay, and we're gonna go back. You're gonna watch me do the line. I'm gonna do the how you say it, as speed. You see over here, it's like normal. Except when you're gonna do this, we're gonna turn around. Now we're gonna do number 3. You turn to learn the colors and the number once you've done all these various times. So now we're gonna go up, right? We're turning around like normal. Well, guys, I'm gonna be changing thread and I'll be right back, okay? So I changed thread, I secure the first bead. All that you will learn on the first video. Watch the first video, the basic ones. And now we are about to change course. So over here, I'm going to put this bead. Okay. And then over here, we're going to change course. But this one, this time is different. This time, you're going to jump a bead. Right? And from left to right, remember, you have to come out on the left side, which is the same part that you're coming out, the top right of this square. So we have to do the jump. So what we're gonna do is in here, again, you're gonna put the bead the way it's supposed to be, and then you're gonna come back over here so you can make the turn. I'm sorry, guys. Again, you have to, from left to right, you have to come up through the bottom left, which is the top right of this square coming from right to left. So in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the needle through here, and after you pick up the bead, of course, you're gonna put the needle through here, insert the needle, come up through here, I'm trying to do the tugging, and then you go making the turn. And over here, we're going to do the same thing that we did down here, okay? Where we put, remember the other needle that we used? So, because over here, right, when we come back up, you don't want to make that bit of a jump. The minimum that you can jump without leaving too much thread on the back is 1 bead. I don't suggest this much, because remember, this is not like the regular stamp cross stitch where you can, you know, be a little bit more tougher in your fabric. But on this one, you don't. This is tapestry fabric practically. So you have to be a little softer. So let's get done this one. Now we are working on the first few rows in red. When you do this, you have to be careful, don't put it over here so you don't attach the fabric, the back, with the top part of the fabric. Okay, here is the situation. Over here, you have that big jump, right? Remember what we did? We went through the back and came up over here, and we used the other needle to mark where we're gonna come back. Right there. So we don't have that big of a jump. So I just give it a tug of war, a tug of love, right? We're gonna let's see if you can see this. Okay. So we are going to go through here. Right? We have the bead. After pick up the bead, remember you gotta pick up the bead so you can put the bead in there. Okay? We're gonna go back. Look at the distance over here between the two. You might think, well, that's not that much, but probably you see it not that much, but I'd rather go on the safe side. Is less comparing to the one that we did over here. This one is way less. That one, that was the little jump that we made before. But this one is a little bigger. Okay, so what we're gonna do, as we show you in the previous video, we're gonna come back through the thread, right? All the way to whatever is at the same level of the other one, and I'm gonna pull that thread. Hold on. Okay, and then we're gonna come back down here. We can kind of push the needle on the side a little bit and take that needle out, right? And voila, you got it up here. And oops, don't come up. Okay, and you just made the turn, and you see you don't have a whole bunch of thread, because remember, if you leave it too loose, when you wash the fabric, thread tends to stretch a little bit. If you leave it too loose, well, the bead might get, loosen up in here. If you do the straight directly, that's why you don't have, that's why this method is way better, because if you do it straight and you leave the thread too loose, or you're afraid to pull because it might wrinkle, when it washes, they might lose the bead. The bead might get loosened because thread and everything tends to kind of, you don't see it kind of explicitly right there, but the thread is kind of a stretch. So I'm gonna do this part over here. We're gonna do the same thing, right? I'm gonna do this part off camera. When we get over here, we're gonna do the same thing, and then I will do all this off camera. Over here we have something that might change the dynamic a little bit. So I'm gonna do everything off camera up to here, and when we get over here we're gonna see how we're gonna do it, because I cannot tell you right now because it depends on, because if it ends over here, look at how much, and we might have to, well, we have to do this one first anyway. So it's gonna be, probably we're gonna have to do the same thing, right? Put the needle, the other needle in, so you will know where you have to go back, and then when you put the bead in, right, whether it's up here or down here, you just go back through and then you just come up. But I will do everything off camera up to over here, and then when we come back, I'll show you again how to do it, okay? But remember, over here is the same thing. You put the needle, the other needle over here for reference. You go back through the thread and come up here. But in this case, you don't come up here. You come down here. So when we get over here, I'll come back and show you, okay? Okay, so we're back. I put the needle in because coming from left to right, remember you have to come on the bottom left. So we gotta do this, right? And we're not gonna make a jump. What we're gonna do is, since it's on the same place, we're gonna go back here. Right, because it's better if you have the thread secure, right? You can take, and then I'm gonna push the needle, take that one out. And I just made the transition, and look how it looks. You see? It's tight secure and it's not being pushed over. Okay, so I'm gonna continue now. Right, you already know, guys, these parts, how to do it. So I'm gonna continue off camera until we get over here, because over here we can review the same thing again, and then I finish it off, and then we're gonna come to this part. Okay, so I see you in a little bit. Okay, guys, I'm over here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I inclined to use whether the needle, if you don't have the other needle by mistake, because I have one kid that only brought one needle, but so far the rest of the kids have two needles. But if you don't have another needle, you can use a head pin, okay? And I'd rather do that than do a big jump with the thread, because as I say before, you cannot tighten it so much, because this is different, and if you leave it too loose, well, the bead is gonna be loose too. Whoops. Where my needle go? My needle just fell off. Here it is. Here it is. So what we're gonna do is, right? Let me see, did I put just 2 beads in here? Yes, I just did. Let me take this needle out. Let me take this out. Let me fix this off camera, okay? We're back again. Okay, we're gonna grab one bead. I took both beads out. Only one bead. We're gonna go back in. Oops, that's not the one that I want to get out. Let me make sure this is the one. Okay, so we have our beaded. Right, we're gonna come back from right to left. This is again what is so important for you to learn the turnaround. Okay, and then we're gonna go back. Right, I'm gonna go back through here and through here. And then we're gonna be, we can put the needle right beside it. Take this one off. And voila. Again, we have it right there. And you don't have that much of a, where is it? Right here. You don't have that much of needle thread like if you waste it like this. So let's go back again. There's only 2 of them in here. So we're gonna do them. Hold on. Okay. Okay, over here, right, the jump is easier because over here we're going to go left to right, right, to do the top row. So over here the jump is easy. You don't need the needle. You just see it's a short one. Okay, and that's it. You just got a little bit right there of the thread. Now we turn around again, right? Okay, now we're going to secure the bead because we are done. If you want to know more information about securing the bead, watch the first video. The first video teaches you all the basics you need to know. This is a matter of requiring practice. Because like everything else in life, it requires practice. I'm gonna make another knot. Ladies and gentlemen, the tower is done. Okay. We have done the tower, the lighthouse, right? I can train you to lay you closer. Here it is. We have done the top. Here is the last part of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Now, I'm going to get myself settled, right? So we can do this part. I forgot to tell you something about this edge, because if you notice, there is no black line. I'm going to show you that. We're going to start from left to right. Okay, and we're going to go all the way down here. And again, we're going to use the needle over here. But I'm going to show you first how you're going to start during this line, okay? So I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back again. Okay, I was looking at this and I was thinking, well, all the bead looks the same when we do the turnaround from right to left. So instead of worrying about passing the needle on the back and putting the other needle over here, we're going to start from right to left, because that way we just go straight up, and then when we come back, it's only a small jump that you have to do in here, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. And then over here, something that I forgot to tell you is this one doesn't have the black line, but usually it has a small dot in there. It's smaller than the other one, okay? And you just do it right there in the line. I'll show you when we get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this close to me as possible, and we are going to start. I pick up a larger thread because the other one was getting short, and we're gonna you know, miss this. So and then now we're gonna start from right to left. Okay, so when in this case that we're gonna start, you're gonna start the way that when it's turned around. In this case, the needle and the thread has to come up on the top right, because this is what makes the beads look the same way. So we're gonna look for the dotting here. Okay, this is number 15. So we pick up the bead, right? Just like when we do the turnaround. And what we're gonna do is, let me put it this way, because this definitely, this way is the best way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the bottom left, right? Let me show you. Bottom left over here, between the beads, right here. Where the dot is, not on the back, but where the dot is. So what we're gonna do is here. Okay guys, before I forgot to tell you how to treat this edge, because this one doesn't have the black line like in the flowers, which actually helps you because you then know that you have to keep these beads, you know, straight. So we are coming out of here, the top right, because we came from right to left, and over here, I don't know if you can see it. You can pull the bead back. Over here, if you don't see it, it's because it's so tiny. But what you can do is, just like in the black line, you can eyeball it with the other one. Okay? And then you can put your needle right on the line of the edge. Right there. Okay, and then come up here, because you know you gotta, it has the color, this is a different color of green, so you come up like this. This is us turning from right to left to work right to left row, and that's it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do the rest off camera again, and then over here we don't know if we're gonna get into this place. Let me see. Now we're going this way, then come this way, this way, this way, this way. So that means we won't have to uh, do this. So I'm gonna finish all the way up here. I don't know, over here. I'm not gonna do that thing that I just did just because it's a few rows. But I'm gonna come over here because if you notice over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 beats that we have to jump. Okay, so in case I come from to this point, no, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. If it comes that we have to turn over here, we're gonna have to do the same thing with the needle. Put the needle over here, come back through the thread and come up. Well, actually come up over here, because if it's from right to left, you have to come up through the bottom left of the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest, and when we get here, we will see. Over here, you already know that you just made the appropriate jump. Okay, that's what is very important. You watch the first video, and that's what is so important, that you learn the rhythm where the needle comes out from left to right, and where after putting the bead goes in. And the same thing goes when you turn around from right to left, where the needle comes out and where after pick up your bead, where the needle goes in. So I'm gonna do all this, right? Hopefully it will be in a few minutes, because if I put it closer to me, I'll be faster. If I do it through the viewfinder, it's gonna be terrible. Okay, so and then we will just come finish it up, over here. Okay, and then I show you the whole thing. I'll be right back. Hello, back again. I have been doing all that. It turns out that over here we're gonna turn back, so we don't have to make that jump. But in case that you come up with something like this, right, the best way is to put the needle or a head pin in here, and then go back, make the turn, go back through the thread, and come out over here. Well, in this case, we'll be down here, because you turning from left to right, so it will be on the bottom left, because from left to right, bottom left, come out and pick up the bead and go in top right. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on, and we're gonna do this. You're gonna watch it on camera on high speed. Okay, and over here, yes, we have to do the jump over here again. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back over here. We will put the needle in here, so we go back and come out over here so we can finish it. Okay, so let's keep on moving. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to get me another arm for the camera one, because this one is supposed to be for webcam, and it seems like it's too the camera is too heavy for it. So okay, over here it is. Over here we have this big jump to make. Okay, so we're gonna use the needle, right? Because this one doesn't have hole. It's not like you can automatically. And then since you're coming from left to right, you gotta come up on the bottom left. Okay, so I'm gonna put my needle over here. We're gonna go down on here. We're gonna come back out. And we're gonna travel on the back through this through the we're gonna travel on the back through the thread, and so we don't have to make that big jump. Closer to the needle, we're gonna do this, right? Cannot be size the needle. I'm gonna take this big one out, and voila, just came up. And here it is. Okay, and now we're gonna do, I don't have to go up front in you. Okay, so let's keep on doing this. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Has been an interesting journey. To put the last bead, it's best that you turn over the fabric, because you're gonna start from right to left, and it will be easier for you. We're almost done with the thread. And by the way, I think this thread was part of another kit, but it lasted because you only use no, this is not part of the other kit. This is part of this kit. But it lasted because you use a single thread. Okay, we're in the last part. So now we are going to secure the bead. Okay, because oops, I forgot, that's not the way. It's this way. You go in here, well, that's on the first video. I show you plenty. So I'm gonna go through the bead. I'm gonna come down and we're gonna come back up again. We're gonna go one more time. We're gonna go in and we're gonna make the knots. Gonna make more than one because this is it. This is the end. So now after this, I'm gonna go off camera, accommodate everything, so I can show you the whole thing finished, and we can review what we have learned on this journey. Okay, so I see you in a little bit. Folks, you're looking at everything that it was left over from the lighthouse. Good amount in some cases. Remember this one, it was full up to the top, but you still have some pretty good amount in there. Okay, so this is all we have. I'm gonna put it aside because we're gonna look at the final product. Oh, and by the way, this is what is left of the thread, just a little bit, right? But I'm gonna keep it just in case, because you never know, right? So that's what was left from the Lighthouse. We'll still have the 2 needle. I'm gonna put that separately. I'm gonna check these ones out later with the other ones. And now, ladies and gentlemen, ooh, I got one over here that came off out of the bag. And probably I didn't close it back good. No. Now, do. Let's see the final product. I got another one over here, another one over here. I'll take care of that later. Okay, I probably didn't close it well enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have finished. Okay, let me move this. We have finished. Yeah, that little wrinkle is okay. That's gonna go away. That's okay. I have to wash it and iron it. But you want to see it closely? Well, let's take a look at it closely. Look how beautiful. If you do the flowers, you still have some practice over here on turning around. Okay. Let me move it a little bit back. Take a look at the gorgeousness of those beads. Even with the oils in your hands and the dirt, that's why you need to watch it. But look at the shine of those beads. Look at the shine of those beads. Beautiful. Look at the tower. Look at those red beads. We'll finish it. Look at the house. Look at the lighthouse. Beautiful, the top. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like it. Well, folks, to recap, let me get you a little bit more even closer. To recap, okay? When you have more than one bead that you need to go up from right to left, you put the other needle where you need to go, which is the top right. The needle has to come out there with the thread. But before that, you go on the back, right? And go through the thread, okay? Then come up, pick up the bead, and then continue as you supposed to. When it's left to right, like in over here, okay, we went down and we went continued. We went on the back down and then came up on the, let's see if this will, we came down on the back and then came up over here on the bottom left, because it's left to right. Okay, so, and over here you get a lot of practice of that. Okay, over here we didn't have to do that big jump all the way through the back from the thread, because it turns out that we came back, we went this way. Okay, so this is it. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any question, this is going to be a premiere video. You have any question, feel free to post it in the chat. And I hope that you have enjoyed this series. Now we're going to work with the owl. Okay, the owl is a little bit different. It's the same thing, but you have to make some more judgment call. But here we made a judgment call. Remember, we were going to go left to right. But take a look at this. We went right to left, so we don't have to wait. We went right to left, so we don't have to waste all that thread on the back, you know, because it's still, in this case, we were able to do that. Go right to left, so we don't have to make that big jump. Okay, so here it is. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. Be safe out there. Be careful. Get vaccinated or wear a mask for your safety, safety of your loved one, and the safety of everybody else. There's no need to be selfish. Okay? So until the next time, remember to hug and kiss your fur baby from Mickey and I. Until the next time, much love and peace to all of you. Bye.